All right, welcome to the Loop podcast. I have a special guest today, Jake Ratti, who is a mass mid amateur, really good golfer. One of the things I want to bring to my audience is stories about guys like Jake that are very good golfers that compete at a high level, but they don't make a living doing it, and it's interesting to know how they actually maintain a high level of golf while, you know, making a living and living their life by not making a living playing golf. So, Jake, welcome, and how's it going?
Yeah, thanks for having me. Excited to be here. Doing well. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Doing pretty. I'm tell you what, I'm not very happy about this weather up here in the Northeast. Very, very cold. I can't stand it. I go outside, it's like someone slaps you in the face.
Yeah, it's not too good for golf. So
No, no.
it's been the winter came fast this year. Previous years been able to play all the way up until Christmas, even past that some years, but this year it went quick.
It did. It did it. Yeah, it definitely rolled in fast. And this wind is brutal.
Oh yeah, brutal.
So I was just gonna start up by asking like how old were you when you first got into golf?
Uh, I I started swinging a club when I was like two, so it's
Wow.
been pretty much my entire life. I,
Wow.
I
So when
don't
did
remember a
you
time where golf wasn't involved in my life.
were you were your family members of the club when you were young?
Yeah, so I grew up in Hanover, live in Plymouth now, and lucky enough to live like 5 minutes from Harmon
Oh,
Golf
nice.
in Rockland. So that opened up when I was four, and my dad was like really he got into the game at like 28 or something, same age as I am now actually. And when that opened, he was like really into it then, and it was perfect. So he was like one of the first few members there. Um, so I've been was going there my whole life since I was four, and had a great like practice facility. Went there almost every single day in the summer growing up. It was perfect for learning the game.
Yeah, I've been there. It's a pretty cool place. So when did you first realize that you were a good golfer? Like what age and
Probably around like I could tell I was probably getting pretty good around like maybe 7 or 8 when I could really like hit the ball and like actually start to like play and then like post a number sort of as a kid. Usually it's like going around hitting the ball, whacking around, not finishing holes. But um, that's like as early as I can remember playing well or like finishing holes and stuff and really getting the hang of it and knowing I wanted to be good at it at that age.
yeah. Was that, was golf your game at that age, or did you do other sports?
I played everything growing up. It was always the sport I liked the most. Um, and I kind of always knew that. But I also have a twin brother, so me and my brother we played everything. We played soccer, hockey, lacrosse. Um, we skied a lot, and then baseball. But golf was always what I enjoyed the most. And um, as I got older, everything kind of faded out and just kind of stuck with only the golf, really.
How old were you when you started to compete in, youth tournaments, things like that?
Um, I think the first thing I did competitively was I was probably like 9. They had a good program at Rockland Golf Course, which a bunch of kids from the area did, and that was really fun. It was a good like introduction to competition golf on like a Rockland's a really hard par 3 course. So we did that for a little bit, and then sort of the bigger tournaments. Probably like I think my first one I was either 10 or 11, and then that's like kind of where I really like put golf above everything else around that age, and really dedicated most of my time to golf and getting better and playing competitively.
And does Massachusetts, Mass Golf have tournaments when you're that age, 10 or 11?
Yeah, I think they have the Mass Junior. Um, I want to say the first one I played in, I was 12 or 13.
Wow.
Yeah, probably 13. So it's been
Yeah.
I've been involved with it for a long time.
So you went from there, high school, you went to Thayer Academy, right?
Yeah, I did.
What was what was that decision? Like why did you end up at Thayer?
Um, I guess it really wasn't my own decision. All my cousins went there.
Oh, okay. So
Uh,
it's like a legacy
so
thing, I see.
sort of, yeah. So then me and my brother kind of just followed along.
Yeah, so what is it? NESCAC? Net,
ISL.
oh, ISL. That's pretty high level golf though, right?
Uh, yes, like it was different. So we played match play in high school, and almost everybody or every team had their number one player. I think almost everybody ended up playing some level of college golf. So the the people I was playing against, um, it was good competition. And then I'd be playing against those guys at the like other tournaments in the summer. So
Yep.
um,
So it's like a tight knit community, right? You get to know
yes,
everybody.
sort of. Everybody, if you play in the stuff growing up like around New England, you kind of end up knowing everybody and seeing them at most of the tournaments.
Yeah, that's fun. Um, and then you went to Bryan College.
Yep.
How was that? Now what league are they in?
When I was there, we were in the NEC. So Bryant switched from D2 in like 2009, and then joined the NEC. And then for the next 10 years, we were in that division. And then once I graduated in 2019, they've been jumping around conferences. So I think
Mhm.
all the sports are kind of mixed up now, but
Are they Division One now? I know
Division
some of the
One,
sports
yeah,
are. Yeah.
yeah, everything is Division One now there. And then the golf team, they were in the Ohio Valley Conference, I think, this year. So they've been kind of jumping around, like getting in better conferences. The team's been growing and getting better. But it was,
How? Yeah, I was gonna say, how was it when you were there?
uh, we always were, I'd say, a little more. We were more of a more talented team rather than what our finishes actually were in tournaments. Like
Yeah.
there's a bunch of us that are a lot better now than we were in college, including myself. Like my college career was really bad, actually, and
Yeah.
I didn't really do anything good. So we just had sort of a not as strict of a schedule. The practice was a little more on us to get it done, and
Oh yeah.
it was we didn't really have anything close to campus, so we had like a close to 40-minute commute to the course, which sometimes schedules with class and stuff was always tough. So the golf game slipped a little bit for those 4 years. Um,
Mhm.
luckily, got it back after school and into mid-am golf, but it was still I still enjoyed it a lot. I we had a really good group of guys on the team, and um, Bryant was an awesome school.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a great school. Um, so that's interesting though. What motivated you to get better after college? Because a lot of people, especially in other sports, they do their college thing and then it's like, okay, on to the men's league. You know,
Right.
what?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's this it's kind of a similar thing where like the pressure's off and golf's just different because you don't really there is no men's league other than like the
Yeah,
men's
right.
leagues that you like courses. So you're still able to compete after that and like you can still compete at the highest level. So it's a similar feeling to that, but you're able to play in those big events, which kind of keeps it going. But I don't know. I think right after I graduated, I did a sales job for a little bit. Didn't really get to play any golf. Really like missed it for a while, and then
Mhm.
quit that job and went back to caddying and was able to play a ton of golf. So that's sort of how I got everything back. And all throughout college, I had the yips,
Oh,
and I think probably having a lot of that time off and getting out of like getting rid of the pressure of college and competing for the team probably helped with that and got through those. It took quite some time, but that was another big thing, just kind of getting through that and kind of falling in love with the sport again all over.
so I don't want to revisit it too long, but I'm just kind of curious for people that don't, necessarily know, like the yips. The yips means out of the blue, this swing happens and you don't make good contact with the ball at all, and you have no idea why, right?
Yeah, so like I'd be you're on the range like yeah, or range before warming up before a tournament or just anything practicing like I'd hit it perfect and you're like I don't know what else I can do like I'm practicing the right things and then you like get on the course and as you're about to like hit the ball you just like freeze up and it just doesn't like nothing clicks and it just eats at you like mentally and
Yeah,
you got no idea what you can do to fix it like it really just takes some time to just sort of sort of just have to find a new way to approach a shot mentally
yeah.
and it just takes time to get through it and you kind of have to deal with it like there's plenty of tour players that have gone through it and it sucks because you know you can do it and that almost makes it worse
Yeah.
because then you get even more frustrated but yeah it's not fun to play golf like that and I'm very happy that
Those days are behind you.
yeah
Yeah, I
hopefully
don't.
it's good.
That's why I said I don't want to talk about it too much. It's one of those
Yeah,
things.
no,
It's like,
it's fine. I mean, I had it for a while, and everybody that I played with knew it. Um, so yeah, I mean, it doesn't bother me talking about it anymore.
bothers me. And then,
Yeah, I know.
I'm a,
I don't
because
like
I've,
I don't like watching it when I see somebody that I caddy for that has it. So
yeah, no, I mean, I'm no mid amateur, but I play a lot and with my friends and stuff, and I have friends that live down in South Carolina and North Carolina, and when I'm playing with them for a number of days in a row, out of nowhere, I, I, I'm a lefty. I may as well turn around and play righty because I have no idea where the ball's going. I have no idea what's happening. So it's like, yeah,
yeah,
it's like, oh boy, you know,
yeah. Those,
need,
those few days in a row on a trip, that's when it can kind of creep back in when you're a little hungover.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Well, maybe.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what is a mid amateur for people that don't know?
So it's age 25 and over. It
Oh,
basically they started in like the 80s, I believe. It kind of just eliminates all the college players basically from the amateur events, the college players
hmm.
and the juniors, because at the highest level, like at the USAM, um, a lot of those guys that are playing that are at the college level will end up turning pro. So they're a year or two away from being a professional golfer. A lot of them make the tour. So it just kind of makes it so the tournaments are supposed to be just amateur, like true amateurs competing against other amateurs, especially like mid amateurs, guys that have jobs, and it's not what they do for a living. So that's pretty
Is
much
there a
what it.
handicap requirement?
Yeah, well, yes and no. Most of the events, like the mass golf events and any of the big ones, do have like you got to be like a two to compete in the like mass mid am, the mass am and mass open. You got to be like under a point 0.4 or something. So it's around scratch for everything, just
Yeah.
to be able to sign up, but not technically a requirement.
Oh, okay. I thought it was. Oh, okay. Um, what's your handicap right now? Well,
My handicap is up right now, actually. I went into the winter at like a plus 1.6, which some people might disagree with, but I post all my scores. Um, I play so much that my handicap fluctuates a ton. So like if I go like a month and I don't shoot any like crazy low numbers, my handicap will go up, and then like the lowest I got this year was like a plus 4.2.
wow.
Um, but
Holy
I
cow.
posted like 130 rounds this year. So like my handicap will cycle through every month. I'll get like a whole new 20 scores or so. So it changes a lot, but it's accurate.
Yeah. Well, if you post them all, then it's accurate.
Right.
Um, yeah, that's unreal. So how do you? So there's. Well, I'm going to get into your tournaments. Which is your favorite tournament?
Um, Probably the
Actually,
Mass
let me
Am.
take a step back. I'm sorry. Let me take a step back. How many tournaments do you play in a year? Like, mass or whatever. High-end amateur tournaments.
Including like qualifiers and everything, it's probably like 15-ish.
Hmm.
Yeah, something around there. My favorite tournament, like consistently, is probably the Mass Am. Um, I just really like the match play
Yeah.
format of it. It's something that you don't get to do a lot in amateur golf. And then I'd say that my favorite tournament I've ever played in was the Gasparilla Invitational last year, which I unfortunately just got a no from
Oh,
the other day for this year. I guess the field got a lot stronger, but that's
what
a
is
really
that?
cool event down in Tampa.
Oh,
Um, they call it like the waste management of the mid am golf circuit, and it's like the best mid ams in the country come and play that, and um, it's like a party along with
yeah.
a really high level golf tournament. There's like stands and scoreboards and a ton of fans come out for the final day. It was really cool.
Now, do these tournaments all have entry fees and stuff?
Yeah, everything costs money to play.
Yeah.
Those big ones cost a lot. Um, but it's close to like if you just went. If I played like say the Mass Am, it's like 275 bucks, I think,
Yeah.
and you get practice round. You get the guaranteed 2 rounds of stroke play. You make match play. You get a couple more rounds. So like it's almost as if you're just paying the greens fees to
Well,
play
at a reduced rate too, probably,
basically.
right?
Yeah. So if you play like especially Mass Am, you get to match play and playing like 4 or 5 rounds, depending how far you go.
Yeah.
It's like you're paying the greens fee at a discounted rate, and it's sometimes courses you'd never get access to. So, um,
Right. Yeah, I mean that's a pretty good deal. You look at it that way.
right,
Um,
yeah.
which what um what's your favorite memory in the tournament?
Favorite memory is probably winning the Mass Mid Am in 2024 on the final round. I started out on the first hole with a bogey just from like a weird bounce I got. And then after that, I made like 7 birdies. And then on the last hole, I pulled like probably like a 40-yard, 35, 40-yard bunker shot for eagle um,
Wow.
to win, which was my first like huge win. That was really cool.
Now, when you're going that low, you're 7 under, um, after the first bogey, are you having like an out of body experience? Like you say to myself, wow. Or what is going
Uh,
through your mind?
yeah, a little bit. I mean, like it's definitely as focused as I've ever been that day. It does sort of like kind of all blend itself together after,
Yeah,
just because you kind of like get in the flow state a little bit. Um,
yeah.
like there are definitely like some points of that day that I don't remember, but I remember feeling like completely locked in the entire day. I could just like tell that it was going to be like something special. And I mean, I haven't. That's as low as I've gone in a tournament by a good amount.
What was that, eight under par, right?
8 under, yeah.
And that was tied the course record.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was down the Cape, right?
Yep, at Cranberry Valley.
See, I did my research.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. Um, what's the toughest course you've ever played on?
The toughest course. I mean, probably like a specific day would be the like last year, the 2 days at the Hornblower at Plymouth were
Really?
insane. It
Was the
was
wind
just
blowing?
so windy. The greens were flying. They had pins in tough spot. Like that is just when when they make that place hard for the Hornblower, it's just like puts you in a mental pretzel.
Well, I live right next door to the golf course, and I was up there that day. I was up there during that tournament, and they had that little temporary tee on number 10. I don't know if you remember, right near the
Yeah,
little shack. That
yeah,
was crazy. I mean, that hole is hard enough, but having that temporary tee back there, I think it was playing over 200.
yeah. I think
Um,
that the second day it was like 215.
and the wind was howling right to left, I think.
Yeah, and then yeah,
And
it
there's not a
was
lot, not a lot of room on that hole to miss.
no, because it's gotta be like you gotta be pin high or it can be short and like long's dead.
Yeah,
It's a tough hole. Best spot really if you miss is in that bunker.
yeah, yeah. And I've played that golf course a lot. Yeah, that's a tough. It's just I saw that pin that day. My daughter works there, and she was kind of mad at me. She's like, "What are you doing here?" I'm like, I got to watch people make this tee
Yeah, it
shot."
was definitely a great day to watch. Or both
Yeah,
days really. Like the second day I saw three. It didn't happen to me, but I saw like 3 or 4 putts from the guys in my group that just like rolled off the green after like being in a good spot. So
that's crazy. Imagine that.
it,
That's
it
like,
was it was tough. Yeah.
yeah. Um, what's your which mass golf course like fits your eye? The one you get there, you're like, all right, I like this golf.
What fits my eye the most is Boston Golf Club for sure. I mean, I've seen it over 1,000 times caddying there for the
Wow.
past 10 years. So and
Yeah.
played it just as much too, probably. But yeah, I know it so well, and it's got to be Boston.
Now is that your home course?
No, my home course is Wollaston.
Oh, is that a Donald Ross?
No, it's
I
Fazio.
don't.
Yeah,
Okay,
Fazio.
you like that course?
Yeah, it's Wollaston's challenging. It definitely tests your game where you can like you can get real aggressive on some holes, and if it pays off, you're like golden. If it doesn't, you're screwed. It's
Yeah.
uh it's another tricky course. We had the We Met that was there this year, um, and it always plays tough every day, no matter what. Greens are always flying, tricky undulations on the greens. It's a challenging course.
So to be as good as you are playing at that level, obviously you have bills as well. How do you make that work? You probably play what, 5, 6 times a week, at some point.
Yeah, it's probably like 4 or 5 times a week.
Yeah,
I'm pretty lucky compared to some of the other mid-ams where being a caddy, I get a lot of access to golf and
yeah,
just being around it every single day. So I play more than the average mid-am, that's for sure, or way more. Um, so yeah, we play so much, and it's really all I want to do. So
yeah. That's
it's
awesome.
yeah, it's great.
Any thoughts of trying to get onto some type of tour professionally?
Uh, Not really. It's a lot harder
Oh yeah,
to do it, and I mean, there's nothing up here,
yeah.
so I'd
Move.
have to move to Florida probably.
Right. Yeah,
And I don't know. I mean, I don't feel like it, but I'm definitely past the age of where anything can really come out of it, which kind of sucks to say, but um, I think I've found a pretty good spot playing as an amateur, and I enjoy it.
yeah.
I don't, as of right now, I don't think I would try and do it. I don't know, maybe that would change in the future, but probably not likely.
What about do you try to qualify for the U.S. Open or U.S. U.S. Amateur?
Yeah, so I do all the qualifiers. I missed the U.S. Open qualifier by two this year,
Oh
just
man,
at the local stage. So
yeah,
I've never made it to the sectionals. Um, I mean, that's such a long shot, anyways. It'd be cool to get to the sectional stage and do that 36 hole day for the U.S. Open, but yeah, and then did the U.S. Amateurs now 2 stages. Last year, I was able to get through to the second stage at Wollaston, that was kind of like my first, like, I guess, win for me, um, at a like at the qualifying level. But this year I actually missed that for the USAM by 2 shots because I hit the wrong ball on one hole, and
oh my God,
that cost me the 2 shots there.
holy cow. Um, geez, that's unreal. So obviously you're gonna try to do that again this year.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah, that's cool. That's unbelievable. Um, so do you practice much on the range or do you practice on the course?
Um, with just the amount I play, I'd say most of my practice is on the course. I do like to go when I have time. I mean, I don't live too close to Wollaston, but
Yeah,
whenever I'm up there nearby, I try to go to the range and work on some stuff a little bit as much as I can. It's not that much. I would rather play, but when I can't, I try to practice. So I'd say probably it's probably like 80% practice on the course,
Yeah,
20% like range and short game and putting stuff, but mostly just playing. We all
so
the caddies
do you
we get
recommend that? Do you recommend that for people, or just everything's individual?
to. I think there is an individual aspect to it. I think playing and kind of putting yourself on the course in those situations
Hmm.
is better. Um, all the caddies we like to do matches and play for money, so
Yeah,
that helps. I think a lot for me. It might not work for everybody, but I think it's better to practice on the course.
yeah. Plus, when you're playing for money like that, I mean, it can get up there, and that actually brings up another question: is like, how do you deal with nerves? Can you feel it? Do you have things that you do during the round when you have those nerves creeping in?
Yeah, I mean it's like just sticking to your game plan with like course management and stuff. That's the biggest thing. Like not doing anything different. Um, always the same routine. Like the last shot's just as important as the first shot. So like if you start to feel like the nerves coming, that's where I try to go and just take it as any other shot. I mean, when I think about it, like I play 130, I posted 130 rounds this year. Like
Yeah,
one
it's a
shot on
lot.
one hole is nothing compared to the overall. So just
Yeah, that's
trying
a
to make
great.
everything consistent that way is, I think, the best way to deal with that.
So it sounds like uh, the situations that you're in, you're actually pretty comfortable because you're used to being there, right?
Yeah, I think it's contributed a lot to tournaments and stuff. Just playing for money against the guys, and I mean
Yeah,
there's a bunch of good players, so it's good competition.
yeah, I can imagine. So I'll do a little rapid fire. I think I mentioned this earlier before we started going in, but I don't know if you've had a chance to think about it. But what was the toughest hole you've faced?
Oh yeah, that's a tough one. Toughest hole, just probably like last from this year. I say at the Mass Open, the final day was it was like 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts, and the 16th hole was it's like 190 yards just straight over water, tucked pin, and just wind like right at you, and that is probably that was probably the hardest hole of the year. And I think one of probably the best shots I've hit all year. I hit it in there to like 15 feet and made the putt.
Wow, what'd you hit?
I hit a 6 iron there. That
Wow,
was that was at Sacanesset. That is probably like besides the days at the Hornblower, um, Sacanesset's a really really tough course. Good
yeah,
championship test. That was that or like I think it's 13. It's like a 240-yard par three. They had the pin tucked over a huge bunker on the right. I didn't even have a club for it.
what'd
So
you end up doing?
I hit it another like really good shot, like right at it. Didn't get there. I ended up in the bunker and hit a great bunker shot. I got up and down.
Is that
Um,
like 3 iron or a 4 iron or
I hit 3 iron there. Yeah.
yeah, that's I'm going driver.
I mean, yeah, it was a tough day. Like scores were so high. It was I might have played better that day, final round of the Mass Open this year than I did when I shot 64.
Would you rather have an early tee time or a late tee time?
I like early. You get
Oh,
fresh greens. Um,
makes sense.
yeah, wind's usually
Is
down.
I think you might have touched on it, but I'm guessing the one shot you wish you had back might have been that U.S. Amateur where you hit the wrong ball.
No, not really, because that like
Oh,
it's weird because that so I use a purple line on my ball to mark it, and after playing so many holes, it fades to like fades to almost pink in
yeah.
spots, and it was in this like it was sort of in a hazard, or I thought, and it was like tall grass, and I looked down, I could see it was purple line, looked like faded exactly like what my ball looks like, and I sort of used the purple because no one else uses it,
Yeah.
and I like chopped it out up by the green, got up there, and it was a Pro V1X, and I played Pro V1. I go back to the spot, look for it. My ball's like 10 feet left of it, just kind of buried in the regular rough, not in the hazard.
Oh,
That was just like unfortunate, like weird situation. The shot I would like back is probably last year at the Gasparilla on 18. I just hit a pretty terrible drive. I hooked one left, went like 2 feet out of bounds, and then that cost me getting like the automatic invite back. So
oh,
that
geez.
that one stung, and I didn't really realize it at that point. I wasn't even really nervous, just like a bad swing at the wrong time.
Yeah.
Um, Bumped me out of the auto invites back, but that one sucks looking back on it.
Yeah. So, and the one where you hit the wrong ball, was that a situation where you got to the green and you were like, yeah, this isn't my ball?
Yeah, like you have to. I mean,
Yeah,
it
no,
was
I'm just saying like
gotta
that.
follow.
That's an
Yeah,
awesome thing about golf. Is like if you just kept playing or didn't even realize it, just marked your ball and just kept playing without even thinking about it. Like nobody would have said a word, but you noticed it right away and you're like, no, this isn't my ball. I mean, that's the awesome thing about golf that I like.
yeah, it is cool. I mean, there's no way like if I continue to play that ball, there's no way that I probably would have missed it by 5. Like I'd be thinking about that.
Oh yeah,
I'd
yeah, yeah,
feel
right.
terrible. Like there's no way you can do that. So you gotta play with like the right integrity, and
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. That's a great story.
yeah, and
Um,
like fight back to almost like get into a playoff to try to qualify was a good finish, and just unfortunate it happened that way, but what can you do?
right. No, it's golf, right? That's what they
Yeah.
say. Um, If you could go back to say age 15 and tell your younger self something, what would that be?
I'd probably I'd probably tell myself to like not like worry too much about the outcomes of shots. Like I've as I've gotten older, like the course management and like mentality, like getting angry, that none of that you don't need any of that. Like that only
Yeah,
hurts you. Like, I mean, I used to like as a junior, I would get real angry about shots, and it would carry over into other things. Like, I mean, it's still a very frustrating game, so like it creeps up in there every once in a while, and that's when I make a bad score on a hole and have a bad round. But yeah, like having the right attitude, right mindset, like knowing your strategy, like that stuff. I wish I had made that more important to my game much earlier on. Um, I'm glad I finally realized that it's a big part of the game and it's helped a lot. I would definitely change that. I don't know, but it's like hard to say that I'd listen to myself because like all juniors are like that.
yeah,
So
They think they know everything.
Yeah, right. And I did too. Like you try to like hit the hero shots, and sometimes they work out. Most of the times they don't.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah.
It's like an ego thing, you know? You're like, yeah, I can do that,
Oh,
you know?
absolutely. Yeah.
Well, listen, man, I really appreciate it. This has been a lot of fun. Um, when does the season start or the tournament start or when does that happen?
Tournaments kick off around April up
Yeah.
here. Um,
Is that when you start or do you go earlier or?
yeah, it depends on when they just have like the first tournament of the year is usually the U.S. Open local qualifier.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Um,
Wow.
yeah, pretty sure. So that'll probably be the first one around here, and they get the Mass Four balls usually early. So do those. It's a good start to the season.
Do you have a partner that you consistently play with?
Yeah, I've played with my buddy um, Ryan Rollo the past few years. It's actually his wedding tonight, so going to
Oh,
that later.
that'd be fun.
Yeah, so we've played that. He was my partner at the Fallon Cup this year at Wollaston, which is a big member guest, which is awesome. So we'll be doing that again, and then hopefully I'm waiting to hear about this new tournament down in South Carolina. On the wait list for that. That's the end of January. That'd be a nice one to have in the winter. But other than that, yeah, it'll be not until April.
So do you go to like the Harmon Club during the winter and stay loose or whatever, keep working on your swing?
No, not I'm not a member there anymore.
Oh,
I'll go to the simulators at Wollaston. They got some TrackMans. Um, I'll do that as much as I can.
yeah.
Probably try and go to the barn at Southers a little bit this winter.
Oh
Maybe play in
yeah?
the league. So just try to do some stuff here and there.
That's cool. Yeah, no, I had one more question that I wanted to ask you earlier, but I totally forgot was what do you think of YouTube golf? And would you be ever interested in doing something like that? Because that is just it's fascinating to me. I think it's interesting. Or do you follow it?
Yeah, I watch it. A lot of it ends up kind of being like just background noise
Yeah.
for me if I'm doing something else.
Oh, okay.
Um, I do like it. I think it's pretty cool. Like it 5 years ago, it was like not even a thing. Now it's like almost some people like younger generation thinks it's like is they're more involved in that than watching the PGA Tour and stuff. So I think it's
Yeah.
cool. I don't know if I would ever like do it myself.
Well, I
Um,
mean, it's funny because it's emerging. Although, obviously the people you see on television are like, the luckiest or the top or whatever, but
right.
like,
Yeah.
like Brad Delkey and those guys, Fran Horvath. But it seems like another path. You know what I mean? It's turning into another path that, good golfers may want to look at. And I don't know. To me, it's an interesting dynamic between, the guy that goes to college and, works really hard and all that, and then the other guy that is making films of himself and he's like a 12, 15 handicap, but he's got a million followers and he's funny and you know what I mean?
Right.
And it's just this other avenue that's, interesting that I'm sure you watched the Invitational,
Yeah. Oh,
that
yeah.
yeah, Dave Portnoy and Bob Does
Yeah.
Sports. That was
Yeah. That,
fascinating. I
that
thought that
was
was pretty
good.
cool.
I
Yeah.
was paying attention to that one.
Yeah, I think it's a whole new industry that's popping up and I don't know, YouTube
Yeah, I'm
in
sure
general.
there's some like college players that they instead of or juniors that their dream instead of playing like professional golf, they're like, I want to be
Yeah.
a YouTube golfer, and they make a ton of money doing it. So
Yeah.
it is new. It's cool.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I appreciate the time. This has been a lot of fun. And where you live nearby, perhaps. I mean, I go to Plymouth once in a while. Maybe we'd run into each other and play some golf. That'd be a lot of fun. Actually, your
Absolutely.
mom
Yeah.
plays in my league on Tuesday nights. I don't know if you've ever come
Yeah.
down to that.
I haven't yet. No.
Yeah. No, it's fun.
Yeah.
It is what you think it
They
is.
enjoy it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, Jake, I appreciate it. Any one other thing I want to say is thank you for introducing me to Sean from Bay State Golf.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
I'm
Cool.
I'm gonna be interviewing him next week. He was great. Got right
Awesome.
back to me. Yeah, I appreciate you doing that. So it's gonna be a
No
fun
problem.
conversation as well. Yeah. All right. Well, have a great Saturday. Enjoy your wedding tonight.
Thank you.
And I'm sure we'll be talking soon. Thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thanks for having me on.
All right. Take care.